representing China, WANG Chuqin.
It's always a pleasure to watch this gentleman play. It's always a pleasure to watch him play against the man he's facing today. WANG Chuqin, the world #2 ranked player. The men's singles semi-final stage is upon us. Gentlemen, the chance to make your date with destiny. The chance to be in the final is upon you. Good luck to them both. Best of 7 games. It is the 12th meeting between them. WANG Chuqin has won 10. However, the one that Truls MOREGARD won, well, it was quite important. At the Olympic Games in Paris, when he can turn on the style, when the big occasion is upon him, he is electric. And this is massive. It's the World Championships. Rabbi Elmel is in charge of the contest. Congratulations to him on his selection for a World Championship semi-final. There'll be nothing these two don't know about each other. They'll know that either can beat the other. We shall find out what happens. First of all, the important procedure of the toss of the coin.
Welcome, MOREGARD. So, we are going to toss black, red. Red. You want red, you'll use the black, okay? Red, what do you want? Receive. What about you want? Okay.
Truls MOREGARD so keen to get going that he called that before it had been confirmed which side it had landed on. He's going to receive, having won the toss of the coin. It's a great pleasure to have your company wherever you're watching the action from. Wonderful to have you with us for these semi-finals. Gavin Maguire is alongside me. Gavin, how do you sum up what this gentleman's done?
Well, that is no easy feat, Ollie. Truls MOREGARD is a superstar of the game, and he's had a fantastic championships here. I mean, 23 years old, and this is already his 2nd time at this stage of the competition. Amazing. Here's his route to this match. Fairly easy against Andreas Levenko in the 1st round, but then he's had some epic contests against Sanchi, against Gao, against Wu Jin, Togami, and I know from speaking to his team, says he feels like he's been punched in the face several times to reach this stage of the event. But he's here, he's ready.
Some people respond well to taking a few blows in a sporting contest, and he seems to be one of them. He's played 29 games. That gentleman has played 22. It's an entire match less. WANG Chuqin, the 25-year-old who is the world #2 ranked player, this is his route. Look how simple the first 3 rounds were for him. And then he had that tough contest with Simon Gauzy, where he lost the first couple of games in the round of 16. But my goodness me, the performance against Lin Win-Ru in the quarter-final stage. 4 games without reply. It was incredible. Now, Rebecca Adams is right down there amidst all the noise. Rebecca, 79% of the fans favouring WANG Chuqin. I bet it sounds like all of them.
Well, Truls said that he felt like he'd been punched in the face to fight his way to this match, and he probably feels like he's been punched in the ears as well, because the fans for WANG Chuqin are loud. As I look around me here, there's a lot of Chinese flags, not a single splash of blue and yellow for Truls MOREGARD. So, of course, we wish him the best of luck. He's not only playing WANG Chuqin, he's also playing the entire Lusail Arena.
Love one.
Welcome to all of you. Great to have you with us. The #7 seed, Truls MOREGARD, against WANG Chuqin, the #2 seed, and the gentleman who was the runner-up in 2023, the last time there was a singles competition at the World Championships. It works in alternating years. Last year in the Republic of Korea, it was a team event. Gavin, it's absolutely crystal clear that WANG Chuqin is the favourite for this. He has the head-to-head record by 10-1. When Truls did beat him, how did he do it?
I think the most important point regarding that, sorry, we've just got a camera in the court here. The umpire is just obviously concerned for the safety of the players to make sure everything is a safe environment. well played to him.
Camera inside field of play.
In terms of Truls MOREGARD, what he did in that Olympic match, he confused, unsettled, disrupted, disturbed. I mean, that's really got to be his game plan here today. He has to be as creative as possible. He has to move completely away from the textbook table tennis that WANG Chuqin is so amazing at playing against. So we're going to see a lot of variation. We're going to see a lot of different things from Truls MOREGARD today.
They will not accept camera inside.
Well, just having to make a few adjustments to the setup of the field of play here.
Yeah, okay. 1-3.
Not surprising that there are cameras lurking close. Everyone wants to be part of this. Everyone wants to get the best footage possible.
2-3. Let.
There is certainly an expectation that this match will take us in a complicated direction. However, if WANG Chuqin plays as he did against Lin Wenru in the last round, this could be done and dusted fairly quickly. He was impossible to combat. But that gentleman is brilliant at destabilising people.
He certainly is, and he's had a good start here. But I think you're right, Ollie. WANG Chuqin, that performance against Lin Wenru was one of the most determined, industrious performances I've ever seen from him. He just looks like, after what we mentioned already, has been some rough times for him, he looks galvanised.
Something fascinating to reflect upon is that he's won 7 singles titles since his exit at the Olympiad to Truls MOREGARD. He's come back out and dominated the regular season. He is, after all, WANG Chuqin 7 times a champion of the world, but yet to win this one, the singles title. Truls MOREGARD, the silver medalist in 2021, so they both experienced playing in a singles world championship final.
Three, 6. Let. 3, 6.
What's your read on the first 10 points?
I think Truls MOREGARD has come out exactly as we expected him to. I think trying to play short initially, but then changing direction with that backhand topspin down the line, looking to play with his forehand.
My word.
There's been no surprises from him so far, but WANG Chuqin just a little bit slow out of the blocks maybe, and often we see that from him. He likes to test his opponent a little bit. He likes to try some different things, see what the tactic is, where he can be successful.
4, 8.
The dynamic of this for Truls MOREGARD compared to the quarter-final stage is completely different, because he was 2 games down there and launched into an extraordinary comeback. Frankly, one of the most implausible comebacks of the entire World Championships. It seemed that it was a million miles away from happening.
4, 9.
And it is so interesting how already the crowd, not muted, but certainly pensive. They're a little worried, as most people are when he's playing one of their plays.
Let. 4, 9.
I believe the Chinese fans have total respect for Truls MOREGARD. They see him as one of the biggest threats to Team China's success at any event, not only a World Championships, which obviously means so much to them.
10-5.
He has 5 game points, the Swede, in this best of 7 encounter.
Let 10-5.
What a delightful beginning from the Swedish perspective. Truls MOREGARD with a wonderful opening game. Very effective final point. Real depth on the serve, good follow-up. Job done, but only part of the job. That is a strong beginning. 11-5, the first, taken by the number 7 seed over the number 2 seed. Pretty ideal start there.
Yeah, I think Truls got the memo that we want the drama today, Ollie. So effective with that forehand in the first opening game, often curving it out with his wrist out to the WANG Chuqin backhand. And because of the way he waits till the last moment to go with to choose his direction, means that WANG Chuqin has to wait even longer to choose his position at the table, which makes it so difficult to return.
Truls MOREGARD is one of the greatest flair players in the business. How do you stop flair players?
I mean, Ollie, come on, this question. How do you want me to answer that one? There is no answer for what Truls MOREGARD does. He's very much in control of his own destiny. He is choosing what happens on this court. WANG Chuqin is... He's just got to try and play his game and break down Truls MOREGARD. But if Truls catches fire, there's very little answers in terms of tactical battle, what he can do.
So in essence, is it therefore that it's more a question of how Truls MOREGARD stops Truls MOREGARD?
Exactly that. Exactly that. Truls MOREGARD is in control of what happens next.
There's no way that he wouldn't have expected a proper scrap. Quick apology. Netcord certainly hugely influential in that exchange.
Let MOREGARD. Service angle. 2-3.
Just being warned for service angle. Truls MOREGARD.
Hasn't he earned that point? That was graft from the Swede. And maybe this is an important demonstration, Gavin, of something that one must never fail to give credit to Truls MOREGARD for. We talk about his flair, his style. The gentleman is a workhorse as well.
He's a warrior, Ollie. He is a complete and utter warrior. We've seen him beat down at this championship so many times, and already described it as him being punched in the face. But this man can always get back up and punch harder.
To 7 World Championships. Most people never even get close to one of them. You have, over the course of your career, doubtless played people when you've known, if I can just get a game off them, then mental fragility will come into play. With MOREGARD, it seems like if I can give him a bloody nose, he'll enjoy it even more. What does that feel like when you face one of them?
I think it's an extremely difficult position to be in when you've got someone that you know is incredibly mentally strong and always going to come back. You feel pressure at any moment. Even when you're 10-5 up in a game, you feel that you need to do so much just to win points, just to take games off them.
No, this is outrageous.
Oh,
he's won that wonderfully, Wang Chuqin. What a point. No wonder they cheer.
the interesting one here was when Truls got it that little bit higher. Wang Chuqin just took his time, waited, look, waiting. Almost like a forehand topspin. Gave Truls an opportunity to attack. But he got over the line in the end.
Gosh, isn't this a pleasure already? What a lovely match.
Six, 5.
Huge, this second game. Moregard, if he can go 2 up, suddenly really asks the question. Little flash photography.
Well, that was quick, wasn't it?
Probably the sort of point that you love to have if you're Wang Chuqin. Moregard, nothing to work with.
It's a bit more of what we've seen from Wang Chuqin so many times over the course of this championships, flying around the corner, dispatching forehands.
Big moment in the match here. 3-point lead. Game number 2. Sublime! Simply sublime!
We talk about Truls MOREGARD defying physics, but that defies all logic from Wang Chuqin.
Only 2 of the last 8 points have been won by him.
Nine, 6.
The atmosphere in the crowd transformed. It is poised to be 1 apiece. 4 game points to him.
Seven, 10.
One saved and saved well. Well, how beautiful was that construction?
I mean, come on. That shot block, how short and how spinny is that? And then he gets his chance to play with the forehand and just opens his wrist at the last second. Leaves Wang Chuqin standing.
It's sheer beguilement, that shot block, isn't it? You can, with the slow motion replay, accentuates how bamboozling the movement of the ball is. He's got it nonetheless.
11, 8. Game
We're level. And it's no surprise.
Well, we're exactly where we hoped we'd be after 2 games, 1 apiece. Wang Chuqin stepping it up a gear there, finding opportunities with his forehand far more often.
11-8 in game number 2. He's used to a big occasion, this gentleman. Let's go back to 2023 and the men's singles semi-final at the Durban World Championships. And look who he has match point against, Ma Long. The reaction, almost disbelief. A quiet conclusion to an enthralling match.
It was a real changing of the guard moment, that wasn't it, for Team China. Ma Long, one of the greatest of all time, and Wang Chuqin overcoming him there at the World Championships, and he has preceded him now. He is the main man in Team China alongside Lin Shudong.
It's interesting, isn't it, Gavin? Sometimes a victory, you can see a weight off the shoulders of a player. He dropped to the ground and you could almost feel the weight go on his shoulders as he picked up that win against Ma Long.
Wang Chuqin has been in the Chinese media for years as the successor to Ma Long, and that pressure mounts and mounts and mounts, and they all look, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And that was the moment.
Stunning. From barely in the building, he wins the point.
Got him back from the table here, Truls. One big smash, and the second one he just tries to change the pace. He tries to curve the ball, come around the side of it. Unsuccessful that time.
If you're Truls MOREGARD, now is a very good time to love a fight. Now is a very good time to be up for a scrap, because he's in one. He's against the ropes. This is often where he's at his finest. He was almost through the ropes there.
Yeah, that's blistering from Wang Chuqin to come in so quickly and finish that forehand.
Only 4 of the last 16 points have been won by the Swedish player. His concern grows. His calmness, that is Wang Chuqin's, increases. We often see very expressive body language from the Swede during matches. It can be a red herring.
I think the only thing that stands to Truls MOREGARD here is he will have been prepared for this. He will have known that Wang Chuqin is going to get a run of points. He's going to catch fire at certain moments throughout this game. It's just a matter of staying in the match right now.
Let love 6.
That is such an apposite point to make, Gavin, about MOREGARD's expectation that this would happen. He seems to be one of those players who's very good at not caring if he loses a game by a huge margin or a small margin and just getting on with the next one. We think back to the quarter-final stage. He lost the first game to Togami 16-14. He lost the second 11-3. I mean, it looked as though it was as good as done, and then came straight back out to win the next one 11-7. He has, after all, been beaten 10 times already by Wang Chuqin.
Eight, 1.
This is fearsome.
I think the realistic expectation against someone like Wang Chuqin is there's going to be 2-3 sets where Wang Chuqin is 80% favourite and he's all over you. Then there's also going to be 2 or 3 sets where it's maybe 50-50 and you've got to win every one of those. That's the level of the task ahead of Truls MOREGARD.
And do you therefore have to almost make yourself not care about those 80% ones?
Indeed, and you've got to find he's just got to learn from this game. He's already cast it away in some ways. Of course he's going to try and fight to win, but he has to also try out some tactics, try out some different services, see can they gain him any advantage, just like the one he's done there. Long and fast out to the Wang Chuqin forehand, just to keep on guessing. Doesn't want them to gain even more rhythm and comfort.
Very difficult to get anything out of that, and very difficult to get anything out of this game. 8 points for a 2-1 lead. Hello, Wang Chuqin has turned up for business. That was almost frightening. For his fans, it will be becalming. Incredible to watch. That 11-2 in game 3. He is now 2-1 to the good. Do hope you're enjoying your weekend and enjoying this contest between Truls MOREGARD and Wang Chuqin. Now we enter the next chapter. It might be a little cruel to ask you this, Gavin, but what are some of the things you expect to be seeing as possible narrative points in this next game?
I think we saw a lot of Wang Chuqin dominating the attack early. Whereas in the first game that Truls won, he was playing that short receive that we just saw now, but he was finding a way then to come in with backhand down the line or to turn the corner and play those misdirecting forehands. So we've got to see him return to that game plan, which is a lot easier said from the commentary booth than done.
Well, already, Truls MOREGARD has matched the number of points he got in the previous game.
I think the main one for Truls MOREGARD here is now he knows that it will be extremely difficult for Wang Chuqin to maintain that level we just saw in the last game. That would be almost impossible. There has to be a slight dip in his performance, so this could be the moment that Truls needs. He has to capitalise on.
2-4.
He's definitely arrived at one of those 50-50 games that we spoke about.
And for him, for Truls MOREGARD, it's about how he makes now a 50-50 game into a 70-30 game. Can he give himself a big lead? Put some scoreboard pressure on Wang Chuqin. Well, looks like he can.
Frightening. It's just the direction. There's no possibility for Wang to know which way he's going. It's so impressive. But whatever he can do, Wang can do too.
One wondered just for a moment, might it drop? Might it clip? It did not. It's 5 apiece.
Just off the end, Ryan, that lobbing ball from Truls MOREGARD. He did well just to stay in the rally. Never mind the quality he put back.
Gosh, he looks determined today, the Chinese player. Highest ranked left in the competition.
There's a real ferocity about his performance so far in this championships, and even more so now against MOREGARD.
5, 6.
But no doubt about it, what the gentleman next to me said is turning out to come true. This is a 50-50 game.
Often so successful with that chop block, MOREGARD. This time it just pops up a little bit too high.
Now it is Wang Chuqin who sneaks into the lead.
Timeout.
And timeout called by Truls MOREGARD from, I believe, a 5-2 advantage. Concerning time here.
I think this is a good timeout from his brother, Malcolm MOREGARD. He knows how important this game is, that it needs to be 2-2 for realistic chances for Truls MOREGARD. It's not to say he can't come back from 3-1 down, but it makes the task even greater.
Risky. Nej, det väger. Det kör kort ut. Måste vara kort. För jag får ju okej lir. Alltså det är bara när det blir lir liksom. Han rör sig så jävla fint. Jag tycker jag flyttar bara hela tiden. Han rör sig så ännu bättre, så då kommer man alltid på i slutändan. Jag ska försöka hålla någon gång mot bäcken, men jag vet hur snabb den är också. Ja.
Så det är rätt att försöka skifta mot backarna, så han får inte göra på den.
6, 7.
Stares at the racket with bemusement as his fans stare at the scoreboard with concern. Such an important point for the Swede.
It's a good variation on the receive from Truls. Instead of going with really heavy backspin, this time he just guided it over the net.
This is absolutely one of those games. twisting, turning, changing direction, changing energy, changing the fortunes of one of these players. Who can grab hold of it? Brother Malte Moregard watching on. Fabulous! He's got 2 game points.
I mean, the speed that back block returned to Wang Chuqin. Almost like just a sudden reaction from Truls, punching it directly back.
Oh, he was close. What an effort. Goes long, 2 game points have been saved.
He'll be feeling it now, Truls. He knows they were big moments to level this contest. He's got a lot of work to do to get that advantage back.
The advantage now is Wang Chuqin's.
What I love here is that fist at the end from Wang Chuqin. Just look at him. He is right up for this one.
Can he now do what his opponent did and stop a game point from being capitalised upon? A marginal moment, and Wang Chuqin emerges victorious. How vital that he saves 2 game points, converts one of his own, and now is only 1 game away from the conquest. Brilliantly done from the world number 2. He takes game 4, 12 points to 10, saving 2 game points in the process. Moment, Truls MOREGARD is going to have to take the stairs. With the keys to the penthouse, Wang Chuqin, he needs just 1 more game.
Love one.
How might it feel for Truls MOREGARD to have seen those 2 game points disappear?
I think that's going to be extremely disappointing for him, of course. He'll be devastated to have missed his chance to level it up. But what his brother will have...
My word. We've had so many incredible exchanges like that.
Back to my point, Ollie. Sorry, I had to stop there. But what his brother Malte will have said to him in the corner is, you've got to forget that now. That's got to be cast. We can cast away from your mind. We can talk about that tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. Right now, we've got to find a way back into this match.
reminding ourselves that Truls MOREGARD was 5-2 up in that previous game, and then had the 2 game points.
Against any other player in the world with that kind of lead, you might say you really should have taken it out. But against WANG Chuqin, it's never, ever done.
There is, after all, a very clear difference between not taking chances and not being allowed to take chances. WANG Chuqin appears to be one of those players, Gavin, who is fantastic at not letting you take your chance.
Let 3 all.
Worth remembering, he hasn't used the timeout yet. He has. They're starting to sense that the win might be coming. At the Olympic Games, when WANG Chuqin lost to Truls MOREGARD, one had the sense that it made WANG Chuqin's very bones rattle. It made him shake to the core of his being. And now we're watching a gentleman who has no intention of letting that happen again. Not here, not at the World Championships, not at the big one.
That's exactly the reason we're seeing this determined performance. Of course, he wants to win gold here at the World Championships, but he wants to execute revenge here and now at a major championships. We know he's beaten Truls a couple of times, and quite easily since that Olympic Games, but this is a major.
Again, we just remind ourselves that Truls MOREGARD comes into this having played 29 games in singles competition, 7 more than WANG Chuqin.
4.
There's a resurgence coming here from the number 7 seed. Just to remind you, we have got the other men's single semi-final to come. Timeout by the looks of things is the decision, indeed confirmed, of WANG Chuqin. And useful to still have that. 8-6 is the score.
无所谓，都非常好，两个就是让自己平衡啊，一分分打，一分分打，啊，很好，现在啊，好，哎，好吧。
Look at the sight of it. A huge crowd gathered in the wonderful Lusail Sports Arena. Right after his timeout, it is safe to say it, 3-1 at 8-6, with Moregard serving 2 points down. This is an enormous opportunity for one of these two, and it's been taken by Wang Chuqin, who is now 2 points away from triumph.
He made that look easy. Truls with a great spin up. Wang Chuqin sending a rocket back the way of the Swede.
It's a point of beauty again, and it is a match point with several in reserve for Wang Chuqin. Second consecutive singles final awaits. Not yet.
10-7.
Sometimes the last point is the toughest to win.
Good start to the comeback trail. Truls MOREGARD with a lovely pickup, just low enough over the net that Wang Chuqin couldn't attack. Set himself up for the follow-up.
He is now 3/4 of the way through his stockpile of match points. That is extraordinary.
Well, that wasn't in the script, Ollie. Wang Chuqin, he's been so comprehensive against that chop block of MOREGARD.
Tension. It must have been. Oh, the net clipped.
10-11.
He can't believe it.
How did he find his way back into that one, Wang Chuqin? The net was kind to Truls. He got in with his forehand.
Another match point.
12-10. Game at
The relief. Oh my goodness, the relief. He's beaten him at the big one, and he's back in the final. 2 World Championships in a row. That gentleman will go for gold. The missing piece of the puzzle is nearly his. Wang Chuqin will go into the final as the top-ranked player left in the draw. 5-11, 11-8, 11-2, 12-10, 12-10. Congratulations, Wang Chuqin. What a victory.
What a cracking performance for Wang Chuqin, and what a cracking start to this semi-finals day. A brilliant matchup from both players. There's mini moments in every match that decides it, and you have to feel like that 4th game where Truls MOREGARD had 2 game points to level it up. That was the deciding factor.
4-1. Wang Chuqin victorious over Truls MOREGARD. Those last two games could have gone either way. 12-10, 12-10. What determination, what resolve, what quality from the world #2 ranked player. And we just remind ourselves how much pressure would have been on him due to the absence of the world #1, knocked out in the earlier sessions that took place yesterday in the competition. So he will have known the weight of expectation was upon him, and he did not yield, he did not crumble. 45 minutes that win. Great effort from Truls MOREGARD, that we are now going to join Rebecca Adams, who is talking to the winner and the finalist, Wang Chuqin.
Congratulations on an impressive win against a really tricky opponent. What was the plan coming into today's match?
恭喜楚钦拿下比赛。面对这样实力强劲的选手，赛前有做什么计划或者准备吗？
我觉得和莫雷加德也是老对手了，我们打过很多次，然后不论是大赛还是一些其他性的比赛，我觉得，大家的水平都是相差不多的，尤其他在大赛上的这种发挥，依旧非常的出色和稳定。所以说，自己在没打之前也相信今天肯定是一场非常困难的半决赛。所以说，在困难的准备上，我觉得自己做的还是非常充分。包括第一局他的这种发挥，让自己确实没有什么太多的办法。我觉得后面慢慢的、逐渐的找到了一些自己的节奏和自己的这种打球的一些风格，慢慢的好了很多。
Truls is a player that I'm pretty familiar with. We have played against each other for many times, no matter it's the international tournaments or the regional tournaments. So we know each other very well. And I know that Truls is a player who always have wonderful performances in the big tournaments. So I have expected today it would be a tough match. So I think we have done a great job. In the first game, I couldn't find my tempo at first, and he played aggressively at first. Then I gradually found my own rhythm and turned the game around.
And it's a wonderful achievement to be through to another final. How will you approach that match?
如何展望后面的决赛呢？
我觉得，决赛的对手还没出来，但是我也相信，我的队友梁靖昆吧，希望我能和他会师到决赛。
Although I have no idea whom I'm going to play against in the final, so I hope my teammate Liang Jingkun would have a great performance in his match, and I hope we can meet in the finals.
Congratulations, thank you.